If there's one thing that can instantly improve your travel experience, that would be a travel sling. I've been traveling a lot throughout the last 10 years and I never live without one. So in this video I share with you what makes them so amazing, what types of slings are there available, what to look at when choosing one for yourself, and my personal recommendations. Let's first discuss what makes slings so amazing. First of all, this is just another bag where you can put some additional stuff to save space in the backpack or suitcase. So having some more space for carrying your belongings is always good, especially when it's really small and packable. Of course, it depends on the type of the sling, and we'll get to the types later in this video, but the ones I prefer using and would also recommend for travel are usually lightweight, can be easily folded, and when not in use you can just put it into the backpack. Another thing that I find really amazing is that slings are great for airplanes and airports. It makes it so much easier to get everything done during the boarding when you have the documents and tickets in one place right there on your chest. And when it comes to traveling in airplanes, every time I was traveling, the slings that I have were never considered as an additional bag or item, so I never had to pay for it. So even in budget airlines like Ryanair, where you are allowed to take on board only one packing item, I had both the backpack and the sling with me and it was never a problem. And you can just put the backpack into the storage above the seats and keep the sling with you. So you can have easy access to your phone, Kindle, earphones or snacks, so you wouldn't have to reach for your backpack. But that's not just for the airplane, but in general it's much more convenient to have all of the most precious belongings, or the ones that you use the most, to be accessed easily and quickly. For me it was a game changer when I started carrying my photo camera in my sling instead of the backpack, as I just reached for it much more often, so I had many more awesome photos from the travel. Whereas where I had to take off my backpack, unzip it and take the camera out, I often was just tired of it. So it's a big advantage to have an additional packing possibility instead of stuffing your pockets, which doesn't look good, or putting everything into the backpack, which can be annoying to take it out every 2 minutes. And since you have the precious stuff next to your face, basically, it is much safer than having the items in the pockets or backpack. Sitting in public transportation may cause your wallet slip out of your pocket, or someone could just steal it from you. And robberies on travelers are unfortunately quite common. So it's better to have the essentials right on your chest. And the last thing that I would like to point out is that in contrast to many travel accessories, slings are not only suitable for trips, but also great for everyday use. It depends on your style and the sling you would have, but you can use it daily. Just like me, I find carrying a sling much more convenient than stuffing all my pockets. But as mentioned, there are many different types of slings, so maybe you haven't found the perfect one for you yet, or you are not aware of the huge variety that is nowadays offered. I believe though that anybody can find a sling suitable for their needs. But first, let's clarify the eternal dilemma: sling or fanny pack, and what's the difference between both? To be honest, that was quite a challenge for me to settle this as a non-native English speaker, but what I've researched is that slings are worn cross-body and fanny or hip packs on one's waist. And that's the general differentiation. However, there are fanny packs that you can wear also on your chest, so I don't know honestly if that makes them slings or not. The most important thing though is that a small bag strapped to you and that is not loose like a purse or shoulder bag, but fitting tight, is what I mean by the awesome accessory every traveler should have. Now, putting aside definitions, let's talk about the types of slings available. First of all, there's a huge variety of sizes of slings. Very compact ones and others that have similar sizes to backpacks. There are different shapes available, more round or rectangular. Some slings are to be worn horizontally and others vertically. It often depends on the purpose of the sling. If it's a sports sling, it can have a special pocket for a water bottle. In that case, it will be high and worn vertically. And then there's design. Nowadays, slings are quite popular and worn for many different occasions, so you can have either more outdoor looking ones or more fancy and elegant that you can use every day going to work, etc. And then there's organization. Slings have many various types of zippers, pockets, straps and other features and functionalities that make organizing your stuff much easier. So having that in mind, let's talk about choosing the right sling for you. I emphasize that it will be for you because obviously everyone can have a different point of view and different needs. I will try to advise you though, having in mind that this sling will be used mostly for travel. So taking that into consideration, let's look on the size. One of the biggest advantages of a sling is that it can be taken on an airplane not as an additional item and that it's compact and packable. That's why it's very important in my opinion to choose rather small ones. Unless you want to replace your backpack fully and make your sling the only bag, then sure, consider a bigger one. Another thing to look at is the purpose of the sling. Here we're discussing slings for travel, but you may want to have one suitable also for the everyday carry. In that case, maybe you don't want it to be too flashy or have a specific design that suits your style. I use my sling daily, although it has a rather sport outdoor design, but I love comfortable outdoor outfits also when I'm not traveling, so it suits me perfectly. And the other thing is, how do you want to wear your sling? Especially for traveling, I believe the best way to carry a sling is in front of you, either on your waist or your chest. But since there are many more options, choose what suits you best. If you find this video useful, please subscribe to the channel as I'll be posting many more videos about traveling. Now, my personal recommendations and what slings I'm using myself. Quick disclaimer first, I'm not saying these are the best ones available, but they suit my needs perfectly well, so I will share with you why is that and what I find so good about them. Currently I have two slings or fanny packs, but as mentioned, sometimes I carry them on my waist, sometimes on my chest. The first one is the North Face Lamnical. It's quite big for a hip bag, but still compact. I usually use it for longer travels as it fits more than the other smaller one. So it has one main pocket, an additional one inside and a key strap. The additional pocket inside the main pocket is a great feature to separate your belongings, but also to hide the more precious ones like your money or car keys. It also prevents the smartphone from being scratched if you separate it from your keys. It is lightweight and can be easily folded. I found it not very comfortable during hiking, so I usually fold it and put into my backpack for longer hikes. The other sling I use is Patagonia Ultralight Black Hole Mini Hip Pack. And this one is really small and lightweight. I use it more every day, however, if it's just my phone, wallet and keys that I put there, I also take it for travels. I love the design with these 80s colors. And if your main focus is on the size and weight and you also like the brighter colors, it's a great choice. It also has two pockets, which is very useful. And the other thing that I like about it is the manufacturer. Patagonia is well known for their sustainability and being very environmentally friendly. They will also repair any of their products if anything should happen to it in order to not overproduce. Love the company, I have quite a few things from them. So that was also an advantage to choose this sling. As mentioned, the cool thing about slings is that they are not considered as an additional bag. So if you want to travel with one bag only, you can still take your sling with you. And to learn how to pack in one bag and if it's for you in the first place, watch the ultimate guide for one bag travel. Cheers, safe travels and do zobaczenia!